Cool. So, nope, go back. There we go, technical problems. So yeah, so our challenge was to privately prove your identity and booking with one click at every checkpoint, door to door. So we've all been traveling before. We all know what a nightmare it is. You have a binder of files, as the GMers like to say. Zika is Zika. So yeah, so we want to simplify this process. We want one application with credentials and verifiable proof. So yeah, so because I am absolutely not competitive in any sense of the word, these are the bonus points that we've also achieved this weekend. So handling errors during the identity verification process and notifying a user. You'll see this in our demonstration. When we demonstrate it with someone that's not verified, it will show up on the application saying no. Very much like Berghain, leider nicht heute. We've also deployed our stack locally. You'll see this. So instead of using the Polygon ID net, we've deployed it to the Camino Columbus network. We use on-chain verification, and we also deploy on-chain issuers for self-attestation. And as I like to say, the piece de la resistance is we've used the Camino Messenger API to search and to pull in information for your bookings. So moving on, these are some of the problems that we wish to solve, and we'll present you our solutions. The identity and document verifications often leads to long times checking and border control. We'd like to simplify this. Everyone's been stood behind grandma waiting while she gets through her passport, her ID. I don't know, there's my bus passport. Oh, wait, we found the thing that I want. We want to simplify this. We just want one application in your phone. You walk up to check in, you scan it, and very much like Nero in Gladiator, you either get the thumbs up or you get the thumbs down. Another problem that we wish to solve today is sometimes in the current process, you often have to expose a lot of information that you don't normally want to expose. So when I check into a hotel, do they really need to know my passport number and its expiry date? Maybe, but for most cases, probably not. You'll see this in our demonstration. We can verifiably prove that someone is who they say they are. But at the same time, also not expose my passport number, which is quite convenient. So yeah, so that's the problems that we are aiming to solve, and we'll demonstrate to you in a second our solution. So we have two steps in our process. We have credential issuing, and we have credential verifying. This is our flow currently. So the credential issuer will create a credential schema. Too close? Normally it's the other way around. Normally it's too far away. They're like, hey guys, how's it going? Problems. So yeah, so creation of a schema. This is the issuer, so this could be anyone from the government, where they'll create a passport, a digital passport, much like the European Union will be doing shortly in 2025, to a hotel. They could create a schema for a booking, with like your booking dates, your room number, stuff like that. Again, we'll show you this in our demonstration where we've created a custom schema for the booking process. You then choose how you want to issue your credential. If I know your DID, which is your unique identifier for Polygon, I can issue it directly to your wallet. So if I have this number, I just ship it to you, you'll get a notification, and then you pull it into your wallet. You have another option as well where you get a credential link, you scan the link, and it gets dropped into your wallet. From the identity owner point of view, this is very simple. You scan a QR code, and suddenly your passport is now in your phone and is verifiable. Cool, so we do have a video, but my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger quote is, "I'm ballsy." So we're gonna do it live. So this is what we've been working on for the past couple of days, and this is the first step in our process, which is the credential issuing. So let me just refresh this page. So this is our application. This is a little front-end software that will call the Polygon API and issue a credential. This perspective is me trying to book a hotel. So you'll see here our custom credential for booking. So the first step is me go to the website. You'll see that I have a little QR code, and I shall open up my Polygon ID app on my phone. Oh yeah. Already left. We have two websites. Sorry. This is the wrong website. This is the correct website. So what I'll do is I get a QR code. This is a very fancy way of signing in basically to the site. So I'll scan it like so. You'll see that it will ask me to share my ID to the website. In the background, this thing is polling the Polygon ID API. And it's going, hey guys, do we have this information? No. Hey guys, do we have this information? No. I'll click connect. You'll see a spinner, and it'll approve, and then please work. Wow. I did nothing, and it knows that I'm signed in on the app. So this is our search engine. As I mentioned, I think I missed a slide. But we have also connected to the the Camino Messenger API. So we're using the bot. We'll be fetching from the data here. You can tell this is live because I choose anything other than a very specific date, it won't work. It's still under development, so unless I choose something of this year, we'll get nothing. So you'll see here, down in there, error, no results. So you know this is live. So let's just choose a date that is valid. I think December should work. We'll search. Ladies and gentlemen, we have queried the Camino Messenger bot. We can then book. You'll see this here. You see in the bottom corner, booking success. On my phone, I'll then get a prompt. Polygon ID. Would you like to accept this credential? I shall accept it. Adding the credential to my wallet. And now, 1 second. It takes a second. There we go. Credential is now issued. So if we go to my wallet, you'll then see my hotel credential. There is a second credential in my wallet. This is my passport. This will be given to me by the government. In this case, we've just issued it to ourselves on the back end just for demonstration purposes. Cool, so that's the first demonstration. And everything worked, which is amazing. There we go, cool. So the second step in all of this is the credential verification. This is, I don't know, like you say, at passport control. Check-in for your hotel, your flights, when you scan it to get onto the plane. People need to be able to verify, I say who I am, but at the same time, our improvement on top of this is only disclosing stuff that they really need to know. Just like I said, the hotel needs to know my passport. No, they just need my name, and they just need to know if I have a booking. So yeah, so this is the flow. As you see on the boards, the first section isn't too important, but please pay attention to the second two. From the hotel's perspective, this is the perspective we'll be demonstrating. I need to create a credential online through the Polygon ID schema creation. I'll then deploy it to their network, or whichever network you're using. Our case, again, the Camino Columbus. You'll then choose your settings, like how many credentials do you want to issue. Do I want to issue one, or do I want to issue many? Say I booked a flight somewhere and I booked for 4 people. Okay, I'm going to want to issue many credentials. If I've got a passport, however, I maybe don't want to issue multiple passports. I think that's called fraud. So yeah, and then once you've done that, you'll then deploy your credential, and then, yep, so it's all online, on the chain, sorry. And then from the identity owner perspective, you'll just scan a QR code, and then they'll either say yes, or they'll say no. And that is it. It's very simple, very straightforward, and we'll demonstrate this in a second. Again, another video, but as I said earlier, we're doing it live. So yeah, 2 minutes, that's fine. Plenty can be done in 2 minutes. This is what my girlfriend would say. Anyway, moving on. This is our second website. So this is the verification step. You'll see in the top-hand corner, we've got booking. We also have passport. So for demonstration purposes, this is passport. This is going to check my passport schema online. So this is me coming to the border. If I just pull out my scanner. So I've come to the border, and I want to show my passport, but I've left it at home. But I do have my Camino, my Polygon ID wallet, and it has my passport delivered to it. I can scan this. It will then prompt me, do you want to share this information? It'll tell you what it will share. So in this case, it's just checking to see if I have a passport. They don't care about anything on the passport. They just want to know if I have a passport and if it's valid. I'll approve this. Again, in the background, the website is polling. Did it work? Yes. This takes a couple seconds. There we go. Welcome to the moon. So this, from the border perspective, is they have a valid passport. We will demonstrate just real quick a section where, say, I have no passport. Like this good sir. Unfortunately, he does not have a passport. I will scan it, and then it's going to check my wallet. Do you have this credential type, being my passport? No, it doesn't. It doesn't even query the blockchain. You're just told instantly there and then, no. You'll see in the front end, nothing changes, because immediately it's been denied. So we don't even care at this point. You've been told no, you've been told to go home. Again, the Berghain experience. leider nicht heute. So moving to our hotel perspective, this is how you'll book from the hotel. It will check. Yeah, the hotel needs two pieces of information, my name and my surname, just to verify it's me, and also for, I don't know, legal reasons. So I'll scan this here at the hotel. So just a point of note, actually, the hotel, up until this point, doesn't know who I am. But you'll see, once I've scanned this QR code, it takes 2 seconds again, because we are actually pulling from the chain. OK, so now there we go. The hotel now knows my name. Up until this point, they didn't know who I am. And they still don't know who I am until this. This is because we've queried the passport ID. So we've checked to see if the passport exists. We've queried it. And yep, all cool. So it works. Moving on, because I think I need to go faster. Business model. So future integrations, we'd like to set this up with a smart contract. So in this contract, we'll take a fee for everything. The business pitch here is to be basically a distributor of services. Our main advantage is just speed of development. Over the past few days, we've created an authentication service. We've connected to a search service. And all we need to do is take payments. We'll also charge fees such as technical integration costs and subscriptions potentially, although this needs more work on the chain with smart contracts. As I said, future development, Camino Messenger payment. So we're using the Camino network. We just want to take payment, so we'll do direct payment there and then. And as I said, smart contract integration, so you can do things like one use of this contract as opposed to just consistently be able to rescan it. This is the team, me, we have Roman. We also have Simon 1 and where's Simon 2? Simon 2 is over there. So yeah, that's our presentation. So thank you very much. And I just want to say thank you to the mentors. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, Harry. Thanks a lot. Now it's over to you. And as this was a Polygon ID challenge, I'd hand the mic at first to Sylvia.
You have questions? Sure.
So thank you very much. Very impressive to see that you have made it happen in 2 days, right? I like to see that you are already thinking on how later on implement payments. Can you elaborate a bit on what you would do in order to implement these payments, which is a bit connected to another challenge we have had in here?
Yeah, so like I said, we've deployed Polygon ID to the Camino Columbus network. So in future, we'd like to just pay via the Camino Columbus network. You have a wallet, you have your Camino coins. So when you click book, instead of going to, I don't know, PayPal or whatever, you just connect your wallet from your MetaMask and you instantly there and then pay for everything. Like I said, we would like to leverage smart contracts for this. Further the smart contracts, we've got a section, service fee, that gets immediately distributed to our wallet. And yeah, so that's that. And like I said, we would also like to add extra features, so how many tickets is this valid, how many uses is this valid for, specific dates, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Yes. Any other questions?
Was it that good?
Putting myself in the hotel shoes, I mean, what about dealing with local authorities for information? I mean, once here you manage the identification, you're supposed to get as few as data as possible from the user, from the guests.
So
have you thought about it?
So I understood the question. You're asking, like, if I need more information, how do you do this? Yeah, so like I said, the credential issuer is, sorry, not a credential issuer, the verifier creates the schema. So I specify what I want to do. So in this case, I specified that I want to expose. Oh, God. Yeah, anyway, there's nothing really interesting on the screen. So yeah, so I specified in this case, me being the hotel, I created the query. So you'll do this on the Polygon ID website. It's very simple. You have an editor, you create the stuff. And I specified that I want to expose the user's name and the user's surname. You can choose that. So if I want to say, I want to know, like I said in my example, passport number, I can do that. But the user will be prompted at that check-in. So it goes, do you want to share this information? And I go, yes. So I can ask for anything, so long as I know the schema type, but the user has to authorize it. Okay. So you can have anything you want in theory, but you also need permission from the user, and the user has explicit permission to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Over at the back. How do we find the documentation? Oh, how would we rate the documentation? Oh, I mean, one of them's a Jira, so it's great, it's amazing, perfect, 10 out of 10. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It all looks very nice. I'm a front-end guy. I'm not a back-end developer, so if it looks pretty, I'm happy. But yeah, it's very easy to understand. Like the schema builders and like the credential explorers, really also very useful. We have offered a couple points of improvement, but it's pretty good. Like I say, it took us 2 days to create verification, to issue credentials, to also verify them on the front end, and build a website around this. It's very straightforward. Yeah, I mean, I was talking with my friends, one of our back-end guys, and they were saying if this was somebody normally, that would take you like a month easily. Just getting all these things up and running and making sure they're secure. So yeah, so I mean, like I said, pretty good, looks nice. Easy to do.
Perfect. Thank you, Harry. Thanks a lot.
Ooh.